Executives in a traditional business model typically consider themselves at the top of the pyramid. And this creates a real siloing of information within the organization. And far from being transparent, collaborative, and technically adept, the culture that the millennials require, this sort of siloing of information is not good for the organization, it's not good for the customers, and in short, the millennials will force changes to organizations who silo information in this way. But there's a better way. Successful executives now consider themselves at the center of a network, and they're involving all of their contributors, their employees, consultants, contractors, their partners, their affiliates, and even their customers. And they're sharing information with all of these contributors. And wise companies are doing this today.
1 year ago, he decides, you know what, I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. I can't do this. I got my own voice, I have my own vision, I'm going to reinvent myself. That's when Mike and I met. That's when we started working. So Mike's going to tell his story, he's going to do his thing. I'm going to sit down here and watch. Mike, I love you, man.
So, if you're not familiar with Bear Mace is pepper spray. Pepper spray and a bunch of other nasty chemicals. And how it's designed is that when you hit the trigger on a can of Bear Mace and you shoot it, it sprays for 30 feet and it keeps going until the can is empty. Because they figure you are freaking out because the bear's coming at you. And if you can just press the button and hold it, that's good enough. And once it's empty, it burns the bear's eyes and its nose and its mouth. And once that can's empty, you drop it, you run like hell in the other direction, which is awesome if you're trying to stop a bear. But it's really not awesome if you just unloaded a can of this stuff point blank into your nuts.
Right. How you feel, man?
Good.
Is it fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good job, man. Thanks.
Mike Brooks. I'll get to that later. In any case, I'm going to turn this over to Mike, and we'll go from there.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff. I appreciate you having me. So my name is Mike Brooks. A little bit of background on me. I graduated from UC Santa Barbara about 25 years ago, so 1987. And at that time, things were going pretty well in terms of the economy and things. We'd had, in 1987, I don't know if you know, but there was a fairly big stock market correction at one point during the year. But it really didn't affect things much, and things got back on track. And by the time that I graduated, everybody I knew got the jobs that we wanted. It really wasn't a problem. Why can't we get rid of it? Because we're thinking in 4 and 2 year increments. My view is that we need to think in longer term and how we're going to accomplish these things, because you guys are going to be around anyhow, and it might not take you guys are going to be around the next 50, 60, 70 years. So if it takes 30 years, but it turns out way better at that point, that's your spring, that's your summer. Okay, well, you're going to be around anyhow. So to have that long-term outlook on things, as opposed to this really short thing, is a really important way to view where we are and what's going. We're going to go through winter, we're going to get to spring, you're going to get your summer, but what does it look like? And